Hi, kindergarten and first graders. It's Miss Griffin. I'm here to read another story. This one is called Harrison P. Spader, Personal Space Invader. I love this book. Some of you might have heard it before, but most of you haven't, I don't think. Also, just to let you know, I did get a new cat. So if you see a kitten being crazy or hear a kitten being crazy, that's because I got a new cat. Let me show you. So this is my older cat, Pumpkin. She is really nice to me, but she's not that nice to other people sometimes. And then this is my new kitty, Lilith. Hi, Lilith. Hi. She's really, really sweet to everybody. So they're learning to get along. We've only had Lilith for not quite a week yet, but they're learning to get along. They're doing a lot better than they did at first. I wonder if any of you guys got new animals. I hope if you did that you're treating them really nicely, right? And being super kind to them. All right. So let me get into the story. Of course, I would like you to discuss first how you're feeling. I'm feeling happy because I have my new kitty. But discuss how you are feeling today with whoever you're with today. So whether that's your grandma or your aunt or your brother or sister or your dad and mom, whoever you're with today, tell them how you're feeling. Make sure you ask them how they are feeling too. Right. So I'm going to read Harrison P. Spader, Personal Space Invader. All right. So Harrison P. Spader, he is the hippo over here. And look at him in this picture. Oh my goodness. Would you say that he's getting into somebody else's space? It looks like he is, right? So when you're an invader, that means you get into someone else's space where you're not supposed to be. So this book is by Christiane Jones with pictures by Cale Atkinson. Look at the inside of the cover of the book. It has Harrison all over it. So cute. So Harrison P. Spader, Personal Space Invader. Harrison P. Spader loved life and wanted to share his love with everybody. However, Harrison's overly joyful ways were causing problems. When Harrison was little, it wasn't a big deal because he was little too. But the problem grew every year. He sat a little too close. Look how close he is to that kitty. Oh my gosh. He high-fived a little too hard. Look, his hand hurts. He shook hands a little too long. And he hugged a little too much. And Harrison definitely did not know the definition of a close talker. So a close talker is somebody who gets really close to you when they talk. Maybe not quite as close as Harrison is here, but still pretty close. They kind of get into your space while they're talking. Harrison P. Spader was a personal space invader. Now, do you think Harrison is doing this stuff on purpose? I don't think that he means to be in people's space, right? Because it looks like he's just trying to be friendly and nice, right? He's very happy. There was that time when Harrison played center field. Kind of. That other time when he went swimming with his friends. And who could forget the bus ride to the zoo? Or story time at the library? So look, Harrison's kind of crowding people in their seats here and getting in the rabbit's inner tube here. And then he's not staying on his mat at story time like he's supposed to, right? He's going up and looking at the book really close and getting on top of the teacher, making it probably so this guy over here can't see very good, right? He needs to be a little bit more thoughtful about what he's doing, right? He should go sit in his spot. His family was just used to being smothered in love. They were that type of family. See, they're all scrunched together on the couch, but that's okay with everybody. Look, they're all smiling. So for them, it's okay. But after calls from teachers, coaches, and other parents, Harrison's dad knew he had to have a talk with Harrison. Uh-oh, look at all these people calling his dad. Uh-oh. Harrison, I hear you're having trouble staying in your own space, his dad said. Not really. I don't need much space, Harrison replied. But other people need their space, his dad responded. When I was your age, my mom taught me something called the space saver, his dad said. It's really simple. Arms out front, then out real wide. Now place your arms back by your sides. So arms out front, then out real wide. Now place your arms back by your sides. If you can do the space saver without touching anybody, you have left a good amount of space, his dad told him. Harrison and his dad practiced the space saver over and over. By the end of the night, the entire family was doing it. Right, so he figured out what the problem was. Harrison's a little bit too close to people, and so they're trying to use the space saver as a way to fix the problem. The next day, Harrison used the space saver every chance he got. He loved it. Harrison even used it when he didn't need to, which he thought was extra clever. So look, he's in line with everybody, and he is making sure that he has enough space. But sometimes when you're in line, right, you're kind of close to people in the front and back, right? But it looks like he's kind of pushing people out of the way a little bit. However, his teacher and his friends weren't as impressed. Look at this picture. They're trying to take a class picture, but Harrison's over here by himself. After another phone call, Harrison's dad had a few reminders about personal space. I know you like the space saver, but sometimes it might just be too crowded for it. Then just try to put your arms down, be still, and stay in your own space, his dad said. Okay, got it, Dad, Harrison replied. And Harrison really did get it this time. On the bus ride to school the next day, Harrison wanted to squish into a seat with two of his friends. But Harrison found himself a seat with some space instead. And that was just the beginning. At his next baseball game, Harrison really did play center field. When he went swimming with his friends, he brought his own tube. And during story time, he actually sat on his own mat and didn't move it closer to anyone. This took extra restraint for Harrison, but he did it. So it was extra hard for Harrison because he really wanted to be near people during story time, and he really wanted to get up close and see the book. But he practiced his control, and he controlled himself and stayed on his own spot. Harrison didn't get it right all the time. After all, nobody's perfect. And leaving personal space can be tricky, especially when you love life as much as Harrison does. So look, he is squeezing somebody a little bit too tight here. And he's hugging people maybe when he's not supposed to. But he got it right most of the time. But Harrison got it right most of the time, and that was a relief to everyone. So have you ever done some stuff like Harrison has? I know that I really like to get up close and read when somebody's reading a story and kind of see everything about it. But I know that if I'm patient, then the teacher will turn the book towards me so I can see the pictures too, right? So you don't have to get up close and see it all the time. But you do have to be patient, which can be hard, right? I also like to get up close because I don't see very good because I have to wear glasses. So I would say make sure that you are trying to leave personal space for people so that you're not hugging people too tight, that you're not, getting on top of people, being in their inner tube, all that kind of stuff. So make sure that you're leaving space for people and being thoughtful about what other people need. Because one of the things that Harrison was not paying attention to is how all the other people around him looked, right? Because if he was paying attention to that, he would have noticed that maybe they were uncomfortable with him being so close to them. Or maybe they didn't like it when he was squishing up in the inner tube with them, right? So if somebody is being like Harrison and making you uncomfortable, then you should say something to them in a nice way. But say, hey, I don't like that when you hug me that hard. I want you to be more gentle. That would be a nice thing to say. Also, if you ever want somebody to not hug you or something like that, that is fine. You can say, please don't hug me right now. I don't feel like a hug right now. And that's okay. Or if you don't want to give somebody a kiss, then you can say, I don't want to right now. Maybe we can just high five instead. And then you can high five instead. Or you just don't have to. It's always your choice whether or not you want to hug somebody, okay? All right, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.